approaching their coordinates. Yasna,
Yes?
the Alliance is really behind all this. They might expect visitors. We should try to find out if they're planning anything for your arrival. First, observe them from a distance. And only then take action.
In my opinion, all this secrecy misses a point. When they shot down our lander, they took away my last chance to escape this planet. Now I must put myself in their hands and politely answer all questions.
I'm painfully aware of that, but you can be rash or wise about it. The more we learn about them, the more advantage it will give us in further negotiations.
Sorry, but what advantage are you talking about? We don't have the equipment, the people, or the faintest idea of what's going on. No, Astrogator, I'm at their mercy.
I've set up a warning signal. Now you're near enough that they can see the rover.
Okay, the rover's hidden. I still don't think I'll gain anything from it, but I will trust your instincts.
It's not just instincts, it's the basics of field operations. You've yet to find a convenient hideout for yourself, from where you can see their base.
Some object is flying over their base.
Can you tell me more?
It's 20 meters high. It has an upright silhouette, and it looks like a balloon.
It could be a balloon.
And that doesn't surprise you?
Not everything that flies needs jet engines. What markings does it have?
RB1. What does it mean?
It's an ID number. Denotes an advanced scout balloon. How far from you is it?
Around 400.
Not as far as I would like it to be. Might have you within camera range.
It's a field base. Multi-module. For about several dozen people. Rather well equipped. There's lots of transporters here.
I'm not surprised. Missions with a large crew, transport modules were an integral part of the field camp.
Remind me, how many crew members were they supposed to send on the Invincible?
Over 100.
Great. They have a second antimat. As if the first one wasn't enough.
Is it active?
Probably not, but Proton alone knows.
What about people? Can you see anyone?
Not yet. Maybe they're hiding in modules. I see someone.
Just one?
For now, yes.
Is that all?
I think so.
And please keep going. We can assume that their equipment has already detected your presence. Or it will soon enough. There's no point in further postponing the inevitable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a waste of time.
Judging by your observation, this is a research camp, not a military one, which increases your chance of survival and decreases the likelihood of detecting the dragonfly. I don't know about you, but this is a valuable piece of information for me. will most likely lose contact soon. So let me be clear. It won't be easy to gain their trust. Things can go wrong, even if you can prove that you came to them of your own free will. If there's an escalation, remember one thing. I'll do everything in my power to negotiate your safe return to the Commonwealth. Worst case scenario, we'll opt for a prisoner exchange. Until then, please cooperate with them. And during the interrogation, don't resist. Astrobiologists generally do not possess information that's sensitive to the Commonwealth. At worst, you'll give away the details of our last mission. Of course, it'd be better if that didn't happen.
Hang on, sir. What exchange? I'm not a spy, I'm a scientist.
I'm afraid that doesn't change anything. You want information about Regis 3. For that reason alone, they might consider you a spy.
But what kind of spy exposes themselves to direct questions?
A desperate one, Doctor.
If that's all, sir, shouldn't we cut the line?
No. Better to continue our communication for as long as possible. Prove that you voluntarily surrendered yourself. Their jammers will interrupt us sooner or later anyway.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
One step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Access to the base is protected by a force field.
If these are Dirac emitters, and I'm sure they are, nothing will get through. Is there an opening from the other side?
I'll see. Time seems to be slipping through my fingers like sand. So much sand.
You sound tired, Jasna.
Because I am tired, Astrogator. How odd.
What?
There's no one here. Nobody.
Impossible. Even if there aren't many of them in the camp, someone would have noticed you.
I'm not blunt. I'm going. What have I got to lose anyway?
Your life, Doctor.
I'm going in. Clear. For now. I can't hear anyone either. Moving on. It's still quiet. It's eerie. Empty. Everywhere, just empty.
Baffling. Who abandons an entire base?
Maybe they went back to the Invincible. If something in this base or near it was a critical threat to them.
Have you seen any signs of a struggle? Damaged equipment?
No, not at all. The equipment looks like it was used quite recently. The silhouette I saw.
Yes?
It's just a robot. Whilst traversing this planet, I'm becoming more and more convinced that what I know is not the same as what exists. What can exist?
I must admit it's an interesting thought, and quite disturbing.
I have a feeling we're in the dark. We have to find a way.
Agreed. You should move on.
That's not quite what I meant. But yeah, I probably should. I'm at the central module. In the headquarters.
You walked in, just like that.
Yeah, the doors were open.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
I'm at the control station. Several units can be controlled from here. I wonder which. Oh, damn. One's unavailable.
Probably out of reach, or they took it.
One is a flying unit. Some sort of probe.
Flying over the base.
Correct.
Can you extract data from it?
Sure. Never too much data. Especially in the current situation. I just need to find a place to land it. I landed the probe. Gonna check it in a spare moment. They've got a device for intercepting alarm signals. There isn't much of it. Single record. He's dead. Poor guy. Waited for over a day. Until his heart couldn't take it anymore. Interesting. Coordinates changed... upwards. 1856 1
754. Yeah, it's Gorski. I'm sorry.
How is it possible? You said... You lied to me.
Yes, I had to.
My oxygen bought him time, and for what? He only suffered longer. Why didn't you let me turn back for him?
Please understand that sometimes I have to make difficult calls. I'm not supposed to burden my subordinates with such decisions.
Fuck! You let him die!
My job as a commander was to weigh your odds against the risks. Gorski was already in a critical condition, and you'd have had to go back through the collapsed ruins.
So it's better to abandon him?
No, I planned to send the lander for him once you were back on Dragonfly.
If I had known, I would have told you to do it right away. Now you condemned us both.
No, Yasna, you still don't know.
Oh, shut up, Novik! One more thing. I realize we still need to work together. So, I'll submit my reports as usual. But that doesn't mean everything's fine.
Understood, Doctor. I appreciate your professionalism.
I have a record of their mission. Each step, location, units, including dates.
I'm all ears.
Day 0, landing place. Their main ship's in sector AQ-28.
The Invincible? What? They didn't move it?
Seems so.
I'll try to track it down. Please tell me what else is in there.
Like us, they became interested in the ocean. They got there on the 7th day.
Quite late.
Guess they weren't in a hurry. Before setting up this base, they were stationed not far from here, but seemed very determined to reach this area. They dug a vast system of tunnels.
When did they finally get here?
On the 15th, they conducted research and during excavations found, you won't guess, metal structures.
So we had no chance to outrun them.
Yeah. And they were already at an advanced stage of works when we were still in orbit. In the end, they sent a convoy to a neighboring sector.
So, that was their last move?
Well, there's no information about their return. Maybe I'll find them there.
Highly probable. Do you know what the current day of their mission is?
They left on the 25th day. That's all I know. Well, I can't back out now. I have to follow them.
Well, it's your decision. Although I admit I'm also starting to wonder what you'll find.
People, Astrogator. They must be somewhere.
I'm sending a satellite. Soon I'll have an image of the area where the ship landed. We'll see if the Invincible's still there.
I'll continue to search their base. On the 24th day, they sent a convoy north to the sector. Oh, to the sector where I found Gorski.
You suspect they went after him, having detected his signal?
Oh, surely they could detect him. They could have detected all of us. But would they really do something about it?
Well, for some reason they left their base. I'm assuming that has something to do with it.
Astrogator, this doesn't make any sense. You can't just wrap up the whole operation. Anyway, the first thing they would take were vehicles and equipment. Only the people are missing here. When you admire a beautiful view, an hour seems like a minute. But a minute on a hot stove will seem longer than an hour.
Does Regis 3 feel like a hot stove?
Sometimes. Force field's down. I open the passage. We can follow the convoy route now.
When you're ready, Doctor. One more minute, and our satellite will be over their ship. Now we're lucky. Clouds are low. Unfortunately, their ship's not here. Neither there or...
Are you still looking?
Not here either. Ah, bingo.
Yes?
Found it. They're still on the planet. Didn't fly away.
Good to know. Thank you. I'm entering the next module. I guess it's a biolab. They had the opportunity to study organisms preserved in the ocean. How? They found the same species of fish.
Did they confirm the similarity to those on Earth?
Yes, lots of similarities. It started rotting.
It?
The fish.
In a bacteria-free environment? How so?
All living organisms serve as breeding grounds for bacteria. And there were both fish and humans in here. Apart from one. I've never seen anything like this. They discovered a new organ. Even managed to run some tests already. According to their conclusions...
Yes?
It detects electromagnetic waves. That's why those fish were swimming away from our probe.
In other words, they've come across probes or something similar before. Something that threatened them.
Good guesser. In order to develop such an organ, they must have had a strong external stimulus. They detect the waves to survive. No longer alive. The scientists excavated some animal remains and reconstructed their hypothetical appearance. I found similar remains underground, right after finding Gulski. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or not. Now there's no doubt. So long ago, reptilian organisms roamed the surface of Regis 3. I could spend all day here if I could.
I'm not surprised, Doctor.
I heard that the difference between past, present, and future is nothing but a persistent illusion.
That's a quote, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it came to mind. Focus. What now? I should move. Oh, there's no time. I'm still here, if you're wondering, sir. It all just takes longer than expected.
I know the situation. No need to explain yourself, Doctor. We're in this together.
First images from this area. If it's been flying long enough, it may store important information. It photographed the moment of my arrival. I'm on the slides.
We already know that. Is there something else?
No, the base is empty. The probe must have just started recording. Okay, finished. That wasn't much of it, really.
Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood.
I know I'm in a hurry, but I should check this place first. Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you.
I'm leaving the base. Going after the convoy. Down you go, oh bright sun. Time to let the night in. For my legs are heavy and feel this load inviting. Legs become too heavy, hands become too weary. Down you go, oh bright sun. Night is not that scary. Hide behind the dark woods while we're running barefoot. Well, I've got to the place where they were digging. It's hard to miss. They set up a huge machine at the center. It must weigh thousands of tons. The ship that brought all of this must be...
Gigantic, yes. The Invincible surpasses any of our units, even the largest orbital stations. In my opinion, it's a bit excessive.
Well, for me, it's quite impressive.
That was exactly their goal, to impress. Such giants aren't very practical, though. I would even say that the larger the ship, the bigger the problems.
There's also a couple of smaller cranes here. In comparison to the Colossus, they look like it's pups.
Yes, I got it. They are big machines. Bigger than ours.
Two modules were placed nearby. The first one looks residential. The second one is a mobile laboratory. They excavated a lot of different objects in terms of shape and size. I tried to arrange them somehow, to classify them.
Were they successful?
It looks promising. If they had spent a little more time, they would surely have come up with something.
And yet they gave up all efforts. Now, how far to that convoy?
Oh, not far. Even if I make a few stops, it won't take long. Interesting. They found a sizable object deep underground. It stands out from the rest. It's not a part of the structures, but rather an independent, autonomous machine.
Also metal?
Yes.
So, a robot? Or something else that finally looks familiar?
Well, it looks a lot more like a robot than the other structures. The excavator has a massive work area. They had photos of the site in the database, taken before they started digging. It's unrecognizable. Inside, there's a structure. Yes, a metal one. Similar to the ones on the surface. But these are completely hidden underground.
Yes, no? Everything's all right?
Yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something...
I'll report it. No worries, sir. Mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're going to take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.